And welcome back to Let's Play Super Mario Galaxy. Last time we continued through the Toy Time Galaxy, and this time we should be able to finish it off. So last time we did the Secret Star, and this is actually a rare case of the Secret Star actually being the one adapted into a Comet, Prankster Comet mission. It's the Toy Time, this kind of what I'm trying to figure out how to even describe this in words, but okay, that was a little bit precarious, trying to do that. Okay, so I'm trying to chop off this platform in such a way that I won't get crushed. And I accidentally triggered the switch, so I need to go back and re-trigger the switch. Did I miss one over there? I don't think oh, I did. So the tough part is, of course, the stuff involving the toy boxes. Other than the toy boxes, from what I recall, this mission isn't actually that bad. It's just the toy boxes move very fast. And if you're not careful, specifically with that arrangement over there, it can end really, really badly, so let's hope for the best. And I should pass through on the side of it so I wouldn't accidentally flip the switch. So, you have to jump over here now. Navigate this section, which is easier said than done. The good news is it only travels like that, so I guess one option is to just do this. Approach it from the side instead of from the front. Now, from here, there's stuff down and there's stuff up, so we just have to take it one step at a time. Okay, so now there's this section, now the platform here, ow. But yeah, these aren't insta-kills, so the main threat is actually taken care of, except that happened. Jumping around on purpose, just in case. I was hoping to be able to jump on that without actually triggering the switch, but I wasn't entirely successful in that endeavor. So, like that. And that should make the star appear. I think that's exactly the way I went last time. If I'm not mistaken, this... Okay, that apparently disables the spike platforms. Just trying to jump in a way to actually cause the gravity to shift, actually. There we go. And there we go. That's the last one in Toy Time Galaxy. That one's actually pretty easy compared to the Stone Cyclone. I always call it Stone Cyclone because that's what they call it in Galaxy 2, even though I don't think that's the name of the star in Galaxy 1. Okay, so now we are heading to, I think Bowser, because we completed all of those, so yeah. Next stop is taking on Bowser. Bowser Jr.'s Lava Reactor. Now this is actually an interesting level from the standpoint of, being, I think, the last Bowser Jr. level. I might be wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure this is the last Bowser Jr. level. Also, I realized that my motion of the controller was actually making the launch star spin, even though I wasn't actually anywhere near it. So yeah, that's interesting that the physics still apply. Okay, so we need to find the bullet bill cannon. It's right over there. This is an interesting perspective to be trying to platform in. So, that Goomba was almost unfortunate casualty in trying to get to the launch star. And that breaks that case, so we can use the launch star to get somewhere else. Now, we're introduced to a new mechanic, sinking platforms above lava. So, if you stand on these too long, the platforms will sink. And now we have these guys again, who may look familiar. And also, this is actually a pretty short boss level, really, because we were already at the boss. If I give up any more Grand Stars, my dad's gonna get mad. So this calls for my ultimate weapon. Give him some heat, King Caliente. Despite calling it his ultimate weapon, we just have a refight. Yeah, it's kind of a weird note to end on, that we just have a refight. And yeah, it's just King Caliente again. I think he's darker colored, and I think he is more aggressive. But it's ultimately a very similar fight to last time. If you didn't have trouble with the last fight, you're not gonna have much trouble this time. Just keep jumping. Just keep jumping in place. That's my advice. Take out the bubbles, or whatever they're called, whenever convenient for you. Almost didn't make that cycle. But yeah, trying to juggle all these little moving parts, I guess you could say, is a little bit stressful. But on the whole, this is a surprisingly anticlimactic boss fight. But again, I do feel like this game does suffer a little bit in the boss department. It just, I don't know, it doesn't really have the best bosses. And again, ending on a refight doesn't really inspire much confidence, really. Now here's another fun fact about this: once you actually defeat King Caliente, the platforms don't sink anymore. Which would actually suck if you fell into the lava because, well, and had to like redo the fight, pretty much. And because we already have access to the center of the universe, we don't even get a cutscene for that. So we have a new area unlocked, which is actually an interesting area. So also one other thing is, it is actually possible in a lot of cases to actually die after you defeat the boss in certain Mario games. So yeah, it's actually something to keep in mind, that you shouldn't do any risky maneuvers in case you actually have to replay the entire stage again. But yeah, that's what I meant by the King Caliente fight, that if you actually did end up falling in the lava even without the platform sinking, that'd be kind of unfortunate. So this place should look familiar, right? It is where we started this journey. Personally, I think this should have been a post-game area, but it's actually accessible now. So I guess we might as well go see what Rosalina has to say. This planet is very dear to me. I look forward to visiting this planet with the Lumas every 100 years. The Luma that's been traveling with you may also grow up to be a star someday. Some Lumas become planets, some become comets, and a few become power stars. I'm traveling with them while they look for a place to be reborn. I never thought all this would happen. Wow, Mama must really trust you. Well, how about this? If you grab 100 coins, purple coins here, then you'll earn my trust too. This is a red star. It holds the power of the red Lumas. But the really amazing part about it is it allows you to fly after you spin in midair. Yes, fly. With pressing A, you can pick the direction you want to fly with the control stick. If you can't collect 100 purple coins, I'll let you use my power somewhere else. So we're flying Mario. So yes, we can fly. It controls a lot like the swimming controls, actually. I'm pretty sure there's, if you hold A, you can actually stop in place and aim your flight somewhere else. Also, purple coin missions are a big thing in this game later on, so get used to collecting purple coins. This is one that's actually pretty nice, because this is supposed to be your introduction to purple coins. but they get downright mean later on. Like, it's not even funny how awful they get later on. So yeah, we can also spin in midair, but it doesn't... I think that draws items to you, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, it's not a triple jump. It's just spin in midair, which is a little bit overpowered, actually, now that I think about it. I didn't actually mean to fly again. I just meant to pick up the coin. So yeah, it's kind of nice actually being able to return to the tutorial area. Kind of a little cute little Easter egg, sort of. Except it's not really an Easter egg because it's pretty not hidden. There's still enemies here, so that posed to be a problem right at that instant. Also, the music is very peaceful here. So, these coin collecting missions tend to be a little bit on the longish side, especially in certain galaxies. I'm pretty sure every galaxy has some kind of coin collecting. Some are timed. Those are the worst. There's one that's not timed, but is still timed. That sounds really odd. But the one that's timed but not timed is actually the one that I always struggle with the most. And that will make sense when we get there. That description sounds like an oxymoron, I know. But it's... doesn't have a time limit, but you basically have one shot at it per life. And that sounds really odd, but this is actually a thing. But yeah, this particular one ends up being my least favorite on most runs, because it always takes me a million years to actually collect everything in one go when fighting weird gravity controls, because it's one of the galaxies that has very heavy emphasis on gravity, which just makes the entire endeavor kind of a pain. What else? We're almost done, actually. Only have a few more left. I didn't actually mean to spin there. Yeah, some of the camera transitions are a little bit jarring, actually. Okay, so that wasn't a thing. I remember there was one place where you could basically fall through the entire planet to the other side, but we didn't actually need to do that. So this is actually something special. A red star. Let's go for the cool... I'm so used to having the triple jump to do that, but hey, let's collect it while flying, just for cool points. Gateways, purple coins. And a Hungry Luma appeared. Interesting. So, what did that do? He told us that we could use it somewhere else if we completed his challenge. Well, you may recall there being a red Luma over here. And if we talk to him... See this red star? You can use it anytime. Yep, that's what Mama said. So we basically can now fly around the observatory, which is actually really cool. So, there's Hungry Luma up here. Let's at least talk to it for now. I doubt we'll be able to do this, to be honest. 1200. So I think there's actually one more. One more at the last dome. By the way, this is the last dome. The garden. It's a secret room. So, let's see what we have here. We have... the Matter Splatter Galaxy. The Melty oh, this one is a thing. The Deep Dark Galaxy, which is actually pretty cool. And the Dreadnought Galaxy. I think we're gonna just take it easy and end off with the Matter Splatter Galaxy, which shouldn't be too much of an issue. In 5 minutes. It's basically like that one star at the Ghostly Galaxy, but it's actually a full level. It's actually pretty cool. But also really kind of challenging, if I recall. That's funny. I was having trouble remembering the other domes in the previous, or the levels in the previous dome, but I don't know, I remember all of these ones pretty clearly. Mainly because they're actually, pretty cool. Or in the case of the level, was it Melty Molten? Really challenging. That's got some really challenging stars, and that's not a bad thing. But it's just a fact that that's a really challenging galaxy at parts. So this is a cool level mechanically, because you're basically out-racing, or outrunning the matter, sort of falling apart in this level. Okay, you can actually see the next part of the level over there. Okay, so this is a little bit of a challenge. We need to use the spring. You all know my thoughts on the spring mushroom. To navigate a matter maze. Not a maze, matter challenge. That's actually not the easiest jump to make. You can accidentally bonk your head on that, which is really bad, since you're timed. I am glad that jump worked. Yeah, basically the problem I have with the spring mushroom is it's hard to stay still. Like, see, I'm trying to stop moving, but it's actually impossible to stop moving, which makes it really challenging. Especially on a platform like this. Because you can't ever, like... Okay, I just did, but it's really hard to come to a full stop at any time, because it's so reliant on momentum. This is a 2D section, by the way, so you are restricting your movement, which isn't a bad thing. It's actually a good thing. That they don't allow you to accidentally jump into the foreground and fall off. But yeah, like stopping yourself from falling off there is a little bit scary. Now here we're at the end. Thank goodness. So now we reach the last part of the level where we have to collect, I think, silver stars? Do you have to collect silver stars, or am I thinking Galaxy 2? It might be Galaxy 2. But we just basically have to wait till the game decides to let us get the star. This might have silver stars, but again, I might be thinking of the wrong game. You basically are given 3 paths, but only one actually leads to something. Which one, you have to find out. Now this is fixed, I think. So it's not random. I kind of wish it was random, just to sort of spruce it up a little bit. You got the Magic Koopa. Okay, that's bad. If I had fallen off the edge, that would have been really bad. Especially on what effectively amounts to be an auto-scroller. Oh, well then. Leap of Faith. There's a coin here, which probably means it's not the right path. You can actually tell because of how it's lining up at this point. It's gonna be that one. But we can just long jump to it, no problem. So yeah, that's a pretty cool little side galaxy. But yeah, it's Galaxy 2 where there's a level that's kind of reminiscent, but involves silver stars. I was getting them mixed up. In that game, like, everything has a prankster comment, it feels like. Still need, what was it, 300 more? But in any case, I think that's a good place to end off for now. So, thank you for watching, and I hope you join me next time for more Super Mario Galaxy.